Hello! Today I'm talking about the game Sea Salt and Paper, the 2 to 4 player card game that takes you under the sea with origami. The designers are Bruno Cathala and Theo Rivere. Sorry if I butchered that. Publisher is Pandasaurus Games. Literally how the game works is there's a whole bunch of cards here, and there's 2 cards face up to make the 2 discard piles, and basically you're just going to keep drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing until you get 2 of a kind of the same card here, and then you can activate the ability on that duo. And those abilities include taking from one of the discard piles, or taking another turn immediately after the one you just took, or just taking like a card from the top of the deck, or stealing a card from another person. Along with getting all these cards from the deck here, you can also take one of the top cards from one of the 2 discard piles here. So you have basically 3 options to pick from. And basically you're just getting 1 point for each duo that you have, which is in your hand or played. So you keep these cards secret, and you may have those duos in your hand as well, without anybody even knowing. And then there's these kind of cards which give you more points depending on how much of that type of card you have in your hand or played. So we got the penguins, which are holding hostage for 1, 3, or 5 points. We got the octopuses, we got the sailors that you're holding hostage for 0 or 5 points. The seashells, which you're collecting to put into your pockets for later. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10. Those pockets are big, so they could fit a lot of them. Or the elusive mermaid, which if you have 4 of them, you immediately win the game. If you don't have 4 of them, then you just score the color bonus, which is just the color that you have the most of, really. And then there's these cards, which just score you points on the other cards that you have. So this one gives you 1 point for each boat card you have. So basically what you're doing throughout the game is you're drawing cards, you're doing the duo abilities, and you're holding the penguins hostage for later. And how the round ends is if someone has at least 7 points between their hand and the cards that they played, and they get to call out something special. And what I mean by that is they can either stop or say last chance. When they say stop, everybody just reveals their hands and scores normally. But if they think they're confident enough and they think they have more points than other people, then every single person around the table is going to take one last turn and then they reveal. And if there's at least one person who has more points than you, then you score less than everybody else, basically. If you win the bet, you score like normally, but you get the color bonus, which is scoring the color they have the most of. And then everybody else only gets the color bonus and not the regular points as an addition. But if you lose the bet, only you get the color bonus and everybody else at the table gets to score their points like normal. It's pretty risky because you don't know what other people have in their hand. You know what they played, but you don't know what they have in their hand. You would never know if your opponent has all 6 seashells for 10 points while also holding some penguins hostage. And then you would keep playing rounds until somebody has a certain amount of points. I like the powers that the cards have, like taking a card from one of the discard piles, or, taking from the top of the deck, or taking a whole other turn. That's cool. And because there are 2 discard piles with face-up cards in them, you'll know kind of what your opponents are going for. Like for example, if they pick up this card from one of the discard piles, that probably means that they're holding some penguins hostage in their hand. And then when these mermaid cards come out, it's just a fun little hunt to try to collect all 4 of them, even though that really rarely happens. I like the fact that for all the other duo cards to use their duo abilities, you need to have 2 of the same card, but for this one you need a shark and a swimmer. And when you play these 2 cards down as a duo, you get to steal a card from another player. Jimmy, why are you holding penguins hostage? Some people, man. I love how the cards aren't just art, but they're actual origami, animals, sea animals, made of paper. Folded paper. And there's also a couple of expansions that come in like packs that just add a little more to the game. I don't have them personally, but who knows? I might pick them up in the future. Overall, it's a solid game, an easy game, good game to play. That's why I give it an 8 out of 10. Now as for you, Mr. Penguin, you're coming with me. No, don't do anything to me. I'm just a little penguin. No, you listen here, buddy. I just opened up a great bakery down the street, and I need some employees. No, I don't even make any of that stuff. Well, too bad. I'm gonna have you making cupcakes at my bakery forever.